Okay, so this is week 6, Tuesday, for the second part of the worksheet on maximizing profit for bricks, Math 6, semester 2, for part 2. So we started initially with this brick problem, which basically says a Lego company is producing little animals. If it was going to be a duck, it requires 2 large bricks and 4 small bricks. If it's going to be a dog, it requires 2 large bricks, 4 small bricks. Sorry, the duck I believe is 5. Is it 5? Oh no, just kidding. I did it wrong. 2 large bricks, 4 small bricks for the duck, which is $18, right? And then 2 large bricks, 5 small bricks for the dog, and they sell it for $21. So initially we started off with each hour the company is able to make 6 large bricks, 13 small bricks. So how many different variations can we use to maximize the profit? Well, since the dog is the most expensive that they sell at $21, we of course want to make as many dogs as we can. But the dog requires 2 large bricks and 5 small bricks. And these are the variations: 0 dog, 3 dog, 2 dog, 1 dog, 3 dog, 0 dog. And of course, the one that we can make the most profit on is 0 dog, 3 dog, because $21 times 3 is going to give you $64. And that's the most that you can make. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the second part of this, which is 7, 8, and 9. And on number 7, 8, and 9, it asks that if they decided to make more animals, the company has 16 large bricks and 30 small bricks available each hour. Question 7 says, how many ducks and how many dogs should they make to generate the most profit? So 16 and 31. So what we're going to start off here is we're going to look at duck is going to be $17, and that requires 2 large bricks plus 3 small bricks. Dog, which is going to sell for $21, requires 2 large bricks. Oh, it is 18. And 5. And oh, actually, I did this wrong. This is 4. It's 4 small bricks, right? And 5 small bricks. Okay. So the maximum bricks generated in this machine was 6 large bricks. And then how many? Was it 31 small bricks? Right? No, don't think. Go back to number 7. What does it say? Go look at number 7. I don't have the answer on. You don't need to have the answer. It's typed up, Grayson. It's right here. For question number 7, what does it say? 16 large bricks, 31 small bricks. Do you not see that? So the machine can only generate 16 large, 31 small. You can't exceed that, right? For duck, it requires 2L, 4S. For dog, it's 2L, 5S. So this is a cost, or the pieces for duck, and this is the pieces for dog, right? Okay. So this is what we're going to do. If we're going to go ahead and assume that we can do maybe 3 duck and 3 dog, let's just start with 3 duck and 3 dog, right? The pieces for your duck is going to be equals 2 times 3 plus, and actually it'll be 3, right? Times actually I should think about pieces. Actually, no. Hold on, let's try it this way. make it into an Excel spreadsheet, I should do pieces for duck, insert. I'm gonna say the large pieces for duck and then small, okay? So the large pieces is gonna be 3 times 2, right? Which is how many pieces? For large, 6 pieces, right? For small, it's 3 times 2 as well, or 3 times 5. Do you see that? I'm sorry, 3 times 4, because it's ducks. We're still doing ducks. So 12. So 16 is what we cannot exceed. So far that's still good, right? 6 and 12, 16 and 31. Well, we can do more than that, right? And actually, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna do that from here. There we go, and do that from here. Okay, so 6 large, 12 small. So far, so good. Still within that maximum, right? Well, what if we decided to calculate the profit? The profit of this, actually the small is gonna be, whoops, is not C4, it'll be C3. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And the profit right now for the duck is going to be equal to the number of duck times $18, right? And this is how much it's gonna be. So this is not right now, profit duck. I'm just gonna or actually, yeah, hold on. So pieces for duck will be 54. Okay, now pieces for dog. The large piece is going to equal to that, which is 3 dogs, right? Times 2, which is 6. And then, of course, this is the small piece for the dog. So I'm going to do equal. Oops. Get away from me, please. Not right now. Equals, here's a dog, 3. I hear you. We're going to have to do that later, but not right now. So go read your book. Times, how many pieces is it for the dog? How many small pieces? 5. Okay, and then this is going to be the profit for a dog, which is equal to the number of dogs times how much is it for each dog? Okay. And this column right here is going to be a total profit for both, which is equal to the profit for the duck plus profit for the dog, like that, right? And the reason why I'm using this is, okay, think of it this way. I'm going to say this is, okay, so now let's take a look. What if I do 4 duck and 4? Do you see that? The good thing about this is that you can just drag this down and it will, oops, it will literally give you the pieces. Do you see that? Do you see that, Grayson? Okay. Now, when you look at the pieces right here, the 2 pieces we really want to focus on is like the large and small piece. So this does not exceed that. 6 and 6 is 12, right? 12 and 15 is 27. So that doesn't exceed 31. Do you see that? So we got to think about these 2 right here. These have to match, right? To that piece right there, right? And then this piece that I'm highlighting right here in purple, which is a small piece, cannot exceed this piece right there, right? Do you see that? So then 15 and 12 is 17 or 27. So that doesn't exceed that. So profit right now is 17. Now this one, we're doing exactly the same thing. 8 and 8 is 16. That's not exceeding it, right? 16 and 20 is 36. That's a problem. Do you see why that's a problem? 16 and 20 gives you a total of 36. Can you have 36 small pieces? You cannot exceed 31. Do you see that? You can't exceed 31, so you can't use this one. So this one's a bad one to use. So we're gonna go ahead and strike it out. Can't do that, okay? Now, what if we do, let's say, 3 pieces and 4, right? Let's see if we can actually do that. If I have 3 ducks and 4 dogs, I will have 6 large piece, 6 or 8, so that's 14, so that works. 12 small piece, that's 32, so that wouldn't work either, right? So you can't have 3 and 4. Do you see that? Because that exceeds 31. So then this will be a strike through as well, because that will not work. Okay. What if I do 4 small peas and 3 big peas, or 4 ducks and 3 dogs, right? If I do that, then look, I have large is 8, large is 6, 8 plus 6 is gonna give me 14. That's within 16, right? 16 plus 15 is 31. That's actually not bad, right? So this will still work right here. Do you see that? No fill, and then no strike through. I don't like that strike through right there. There we go. So this right here works so far. And so far, I would say this is definitely one of your biggest, so far that's your highest profit. Do you see that? Okay, so then let's try, what if we can't do 4 and 4. That doesn't work. We can't do 3 and 4 because that doesn't work. Do you want to try anything else? Like maybe a 1 and a 5, right? Because doesn't dog make the most, right? So if it's a 1 and a 5, 2 large and 10 large is still within 16. 4 and 25 is 29. So that still works, right? But let's see, what if we do 6 instead of 5? Let's try 6. If I try 6 dogs, I will have 2 large piece, 12 large piece. So I'm gonna do the large with a large piece, and I'm gonna highlight them. So let's highlight this one. Let's do this one as the same colors for the large pieces, okay? So large pieces are all green, small pieces, we're gonna make them all blue. Can we do that? Yeah? Yes? So large pieces will be green, small pieces will be blue. Okay, so then I do 1 duck and 6 dogs. Do you see how it's 2 large piece and 12 large piece, which is 14, so that doesn't exceed 16, right? 4 small piece, 30 small piece. Uh-oh, that does exceed 31. Do you see that? So this combination will not work. But we tried it, right? And I'm gonna try to get rid of this because I don't like the red. So let's get rid of that. No fill. I'm gonna get rid of the strike through. So let me change this for a second. No strike through. Like that. And no strike through. Okay, so then what if I use 1 and 5? So I'm gonna go back to 1 and 5. So if I do 1 and 5, and I don't like the strike through, get rid of it. Jeez, hold on. Okay, so if I use 1 and 5, then I'll have 2 large and 10 large, which is 12, so that's within that. 4 and 25, which is 29, right? Which will give me $123. Still doesn't go higher than that one, right? Which is 4 ducks, 3 dogs, right? What if I put a 2 right there? If I put a 2, then it's 4 large, 10 large, which is 14, that's fine. But 8 and 25 gives me 33. So that's too big, right? So that would not work. So we're going to cross that one out. So we'll use red for that one. So that would not work. Just like 1 and 6 would not work. And just like these two would not work. So far out of the ones that we've guessed so far, which one has the highest one that works? That's not crossed out. I think it's 4 ducks and 3 dogs. Do you see that? Okay, so then, do you want to try anything else? Do you want to try, can't do 3 dogs and 4 dogs, or 3 ducks and 4 dogs, because when we did that one, remember the 6 plus the 8 is 14, which is fine. But the 12 and the 20 gives me 32, which is bigger than 31. Do you see that? Yeah, so we can't do that. And we tried 5 and 1. 5 and 1, I believe, will work because you get 2 and 12, so that's 12 large, 2 and 10, which is 12 large pieces, right? But then 4 and 25 would be 29, but that only gives me $123. Do you see that right there? So I don't think that's gonna work either for the profit. Okay, so let's try another one. What if I try 5 and 1, right? If I would do 5 ducks, 1 dog, so 10 and 2 will be 12. 20 and 5 will be 25, but then it's only $111. That's not the highest. Do you see that? What if I try 5 and 2? Let's try that. 5 and 2. 10 and 4 will give me 14, so that's fine. 20 and 10 will give me 30, and that's fine as well. But then how much am I gonna make? 132. Oh, that's getting closer to 135, right? But still, it's not higher than 135, right? So then let's try 5 and 3, maybe? Let's see if that changes anything. Okay, so at 5 and 3, I'm gonna get rid of the strike through. 5 and 3, that'll be 10 large, 6 large, so that's 16. 20 and 15. Uh-oh, that's 35. That's too big. Do you see that? Yeah, so that would not work. So it will give you a pretty big profit, but unfortunately that will not work. But do you see how the spreadsheet can actually do a lot of the math for you though? Yeah. Do you want to make any other guesses? Do you want to try maybe like, let's say I don't know, I can't throw 3 and a 4. So what about 3 and a 3 will give you 117? Yeah, so I think that's it. So which one here gave you the highest profit? That's not crossed out in red. Because the red one, anything that's in the red, so the red means what? You surpassed the 16 large and 31 small pieces, right? So out of anything that's not crossed out, which one has the highest profit? Okay, and how much was that? Okay. I think the highest one is 135, right? Isn't 135 the highest profit? Right? Isn't the highest, isn't 135 bigger than 117, 123, 111, 131, 32? Yeah, so this one, 132 is the highest profit. So the highest profit is $132 or $135, which is producing, what are we producing? How many ducks? Take a look at this one right here. How many ducks is that? Right here. What does it say? Ducks is how many? 4. How many dogs? 3. Which is producing 4 ducks and 3 dogs. Do you see that though? No, but do you really see it? Okay, so I'm gonna review this one more time with you. So this is the pieces it requires for ducks. This is the pieces required for dogs, right? Right? Okay, these are the number of ducks, these are the number of dogs. If we do 4 ducks, that's 4 times 2 large pieces, which is 8 large pieces, right? 4 times 4 small pieces is 16 small pieces. You see that right there? 3 dogs means it's 3 times 2 large pieces, which is 6 large pieces for the dog. Do you see that right there? 3 times 5 small pieces is 15 small pieces for the dog, right? We match the 8 with the 6 because 8 large pieces for the duck plus 6 large pieces for the dog adds up to 14. That's not bigger than 16, which is good, right? Because we don't have more than 16 large pieces. Now we look at the blue. For the duck, you need 16 small pieces. For the dog, you need 15 small pieces. 16 plus 15 is going to give me 31, which is perfect because it's not bigger than 31 right there. Do you see that? Okay. So then the profit for the duck is 72 because 4 times $18 is 72. The profit for the dog is going to be $63 because you're taking 3 times $21 is $63, right? So the profit for both is $72 plus $63, right? Which is $135. Do you see that? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to insert one more, okay? And what I don't want to insert it there. Hold on a second. Insert here. This is going to be total large pieces. Okay? Total large pieces. And your total large pieces. So your total large pieces is going to be equal to the large piece for the duck plus the large piece for the dog, which is 14. And 14 is good because it's not bigger than 16, right? Remember, you can't be bigger than 16 large pieces, right? Cannot be bigger than 16 large pieces, right? And then I'm going to insert one more. This one is the total small pieces. And your total small pieces cannot be bigger than 31, right? So this one is going to equal to the 16 small pieces for the duck plus the 15 small pieces for the dog. And is it bigger than 31? No, 31, 14. It stays within this range. Do you see how this is the range right here? You can't go more than 16. You can't be smaller or bigger than 31, right? Well, the good thing about Excel is you can drag it like this. And do you see they just calculate everything for you though? Do you see that? Yeah, this is where you're going to use this later on in life, okay? Just drag that down and it'll just calculate everything because I set up a formula for each. And do you see how the ones that we crossed out, this one wouldn't work because do you see how 36 is bigger than 31? That's why this one's crossed out, okay? Can't do this one. That one's crossed out because you have 32, bigger than 31 small pieces, right? You don't have enough. This one's crossed out because of 34. Do you see that? This one is crossed out because of 33. You can't have 33 small pieces. I only have 31 small pieces, right? This one's crossed out because of 35. Do you see that? If you look at the large pieces, we didn't go past any of the large pieces. Do you see that? Yeah, so that was pretty good overall. So when you look at the prices here, the ones that are in red means you can't use. But the ones that are not in red, like 117, for example, 135, 123, 111, 132. Which one here that's not crossed out in red have the highest number? Isn't 135 the biggest? Yeah, 135 is the most profit. So you would like to have 4 ducks and 3 dogs. Okay, that will make you $135, which is the most. Do you see that? Okay, I know this is confusing. It's kind of a really rough thing. So when we go back to this one here, okay, okay, so for this one, find how many ducks and how many dogs will generate the most profit. Use a spreadsheet of available. I'm going to print that spreadsheet out for you, but generally what you will be saying is the highest profit is $135, which is producing 4 ducks and 3 dogs, right? So you need to write that down right here. Okay, can you write that down, please? Right there. Do you see that? Okay, is there any value in getting 1 more bricks? Is there any, say, 1 more large brick? No, because to make another duck or dog, I would need 2 bricks. 2 large bricks, right? And if you get 1 large brick, it doesn't really matter because it's not enough, right? Okay. Is there any value in getting 1 more small brick? Well, actually, let's see. Let's go back to our chart here. When we go back to our chart right here, look at some of the other profit, okay? So this one's 144, which is bigger than 135, right? This one will require you to have 3 more large bricks. Do you see that to get 34? But 1 large brick is not going to make a difference. This one actually might. If I get 1 more large brick, I can make 4 dogs and 3 ducks. Do you see that? So that actually might work. So what you can say for that last question is, if I can get 1 more large brick, I can make, what was it again? This one here. I can make 4 dogs and 3 ducks, which will make me $138, right? I can make, was it 4 dogs? I don't remember. 4 dogs, no, 4 dogs, 3 ducks. 3 ducks, which will generate $138, right? That will work. So then we're going to go back to here. So we'll paste that right there, okay? This question says if you get 1 more small brick. Let's see. If I use 1 more small brick, I don't think any of the small, oh, actually, no, I totally messed that up. I would need 1 more small brick. So my last question, okay, I totally screwed this up, sorry. Do you see how, like, with the large bricks, none of them exceed a 16, right? 1 large brick is not going to make a change. So I totally messed this up, sorry. So this one is actually this question right here. If I can get 1 more small brick, I can make 3 ducks and 4 dogs, which would generate $135, okay? Now, for question number 8, since it says, does it make a difference if you get 1 more large brick? No, because each duck and dog requires how many large bricks? And 1 is not enough. Okay? All right, so that concludes this worksheet. It's a lot, I get it.